Okay, I'm here in Cleveland, Ohio at the movie location of A Christmas Story. This is the actual house that was used in the movie. Um, looks pretty much just as it did back then. It's since been restored to look like this way, and I'll get into that in a minute. But on this video, I'm just going to do the exterior. You actually have to go on a tour to do the interior of the house, which I've done numerous times, but today I was just passing through and just wanted to do some shots of the exterior just to get it up there for anybody interested. But as you can see straight ahead, right there in the windows, the leg lamp, just as it was positioned in the movie, front and center, so everyone can see from the street. Interesting story about this house, though, that I was going to touch on. This house, and I might have my facts a little incorrect, but for the most part, I gathered the story is that the house went up for sale on the internet. I don't know what it's been, maybe 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, somewhere in that range. But the person who bought the house was a huge fan of the movie, saw it advertised, listed on the internet, decided to buy it. The thought was to restore it just as it is now, and he's since turned it into essentially a museum of sorts. There's a store across the street that does have the museum aspects of it, but you can go on tours of the actual house. So they restored it just as it was in the movie, and now it's open for tours, and that's why you see it painted the way it was in the movie. And I'm here in July, and there are people across the street buying their tickets to go on the tour of this house today. So I mean, it's like year-round people come and see us. Just to tell you a few things about this house, because I've gone on the tour a few times. The back that we're looking at right here is the kitchen. So there's obviously a scene there when they were eating, and the part that always made me laugh was when Randy was eating the mashed potatoes like a pig. But there's basically three rooms that they filmed inside this house. The kitchen being the one, of course, the living room in the front that I've already pointed out with the leg lamp, and then upstairs there's a couple bedrooms, but there was the bathroom where there was another scene that a lot of people remember. But one of the cool things I think about how they used this house was, nowadays a lot of things that are filmed in movies are done on sets. So they might scout a location, find a house or building, and they'll replicate it by building it on a set. And that's not what they did for A Christmas Story. They actually filmed those sets that those shots that you see in this movie right here on location. And I think that was pretty cool. On the tour, they take you in the living room, which would be right through that wall, if you could see through it. That front porch is there, so there's obviously a lot of shots done in there. The kitchen, as I mentioned, and then the bathroom. There's 2, if not 3 bedrooms upstairs, but they're just kind of set up. They're real basic now. If you go through the tour, you'll see that they're just set up like with beds and a few items of make it look like they were lived in. But mainly the tour, when you go through it, you're focused on the main level. The basement or cellar that they never show that actual scene in the movie, but his dad goes downstairs and comes up, all sooty, and the dogs coming in and out of the house, that kind of thing. They don't take you on that part of the tour of this house, but otherwise everything else, what you see in the movie, you pretty much get to see there. This is the backyard, obviously. This is the scene where Ralphie was out here with his BB gun fighting everybody off, and they've done a really nice job out here with the landscaping and everything. The last time I was here, I don't remember, there's like a brick pathway that goes all the way around the house now, and I don't know if that's the original shed from the movie or not. I'd really have to go back and look, but they certainly have done a nice job with the landscaping and the upkeep around it, and I'm sure it goes to the admission that they charge for touring the house. But this is a look inside. I mean, it's empty when you walk in here. There's a couple windows. There's your house. There's some people coming out of the back of the house from their tour. And that's the kitchen, as I mentioned. So another kind of funny story that I can share with this house. The Christmas Story house is only about 15 miles away from where I live here in Ohio. And a friend of mine who I used to work with was a big fan of this movie, and he and I used to recite movie lines all the time. So he was getting married, and I was trying to think of a fitting wedding present for him, but I had to put some kind of a twist on it, something with humor that he and I would find amusing. So I called his wife and told her what I was thinking of doing beforehand. I told her, look, I want to get Tony a gift. It's going to be something that he and I are going to laugh at, but I also want it to be something he likes. So I wanted to get him a leg lamp, just like they used in the movie. But I said, you got to tell me now if you don't want me to do it, because if I buy it, I don't want him to put it in the closet all year because you don't want it displayed. And she said, no, absolutely not. She said, you got to do it, and I did. So right across the street here is right here is a museum and gift shop. So in that museum and gift shop, they actually sell leg lamps in all different sizes and variations. So you can get it as small as a night light. You can get them, like desk lamps, and then you can of course get the full-size leg lamps. But to even one up it from there, the leg lamps, you can get them in a cardboard box that looks like a crate, all the way up to an actual wooden crate with a full-size leg lamp in it. And it even says fragile, or I guess I should say fragile. It says it right on the crate. I mean, so they didn't hold anything back when they did it. So of course I splurged for the main one, wooden crate, leg lamp, and of course it was a big hit at his wedding. During when he would open up the gifts for the wedding present, and every year he puts it on display outside of his, in his house, so all the neighbors can see it when they walk by. And he even tells me that some of his neighbors are always asking him when it's coming out. And of course, when he puts it out, they all stand in the street and admire it. He lives in Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh. Funny enough, here in the Cleveland area, there are a lot of people that put them up around Christmas time. So I mean, it's actually kind of funny to see them here, but from what I gather, aren't many people around his neighborhood that have a leg lamp, at least proudly displayed like that. So he appreciates it, and I enjoyed getting it for him, and that's the story on the leg lamp for him. So this is pretty much the gist of what you're going to see outside of the house. As I said, there's a tour. That's what's going on over here, so I don't want to get in their way. And honestly, I don't want to just buy a ticket and shoot inside like that. I don't mind filming locations, but anything that's an admission charge, I don't really like to film and post that kind of thing. It kind of takes away the purpose of how it's set up. They let you onto the grounds without paying, so I don't want to go into the house and start shooting video footage that normally you would have to see if you paid. But if you're ever in the Cleveland area and you're a fan of this movie, it's a must-see. The tour is real short, but at least you get to see the inside of the house and the main rooms that they were using. They're actually doing some work on the porch. And here comes another tour. I mean, like I said, look at all the people that are lined up to come here. I mean, this is, I don't know what today is, July 11th, I think, 2016, and there's just a boatload of people. It's Wednesday afternoon, and there's just a boatload of people getting ready to go. There are a few other locations that they shot right here in Cleveland that were used in the movie. The Going to Visit Santa was in a building downtown. But unfortunately, some of the other things that you see, like some of the street scenes and the school scenes, things of that nature, they were not actually filmed here. They were filmed in Canada. So I can't get you any footage of that. I certainly would. But again, if you're live in the Cleveland area or you're passing through, you're looking for something to do, you like movie locations, you're a fan of this movie, and let's face it, who isn't? Definitely worth checking out. As you can see, it's popular year-round for people to come and check this out. But this is pretty much it. And that's where the tour starts and goes in. I don't know if I even showed the leg lamp at the beginning of this, so if not, I'll show it again, but right there. But they did a great job with restoring this house. Maybe this winter I'll come back and do another shot when there's snow on the ground and it actually looks more like Christmas and not a 90-degree day like today. But hope you enjoyed watching this video of Christmas Story House.